Holy moly, I won the die roll in round 2. I'm playing first. Or am I? Yes, I am. It's like, I think I clicked things. Alrighty. Another sketch keep with only 2 lands, but it's a very powerful hand. I don't have green to get the Savage Knuckleblade, so it's not like that's there. But getting a Heel Cutter and a Wind Scout out fairly early, 1 land turns this all on. I'm going to keep it. I think it's better than mulling down, especially on the play. And we lead off with the Monastery and move forward. Love to rock one of the other 16 lands off the top of the deck in the first couple turns. And of course, being the champ that I am at top decking lands, we're fine. I was just checking lands to see if there's a reason to play the mountain or not first, and there really isn't. Just go ahead and pass the turn here. Thanks to Omega00024 who says hi and good luck. Always appreciate that. I said it back as well. Warname Aspirant does a 2-1. Okay, so my opponent's also looking to be somewhat aggressive? Interesting. Well, let's get our Wind Scout out. Followed up with a Summit Prowler into possibly a dashed Heel Cutter or something of the like. Not too sure how much I like this Rite of Undoing in general. Certainly an aggressive deck, because I don't really want to be like bouncing my creatures or anything. Interesting color combination for my opponent. A morph there. Alright, looks like we're kind of racing. I'll still put the Prowler out first before the Adept. Very okay with that. Let the Prowler take a removal spell, or we'll do like a block or something, and hopefully that'll be fine. Interesting, again, set of colors, which means an interesting collection of morphing here. It looks like my opponent just went rock and roll, maybe 4 or 5 colors or something, which is always fun. I want to play that deck, actually. It's supposed to be still around, not as much as in cons, but still should be a thing. And here my opponent now is just sitting back on stuff. Love to have the Forest. I'm going to wait until I draw my 6th land to play Knuckleblade with in order to protect it. But here I just get to decide what I want to do. I think I just attack with both and keep this Rite of Undoing up. It could tempo me out, but I might also be able to save, like, you know, something from an Aerostorm or a Sandblast. So let's do the attacks. And if not, like the Summit Prowler trades with both of these, I'm actually okay with that as well. So let's see what my opponent has. Prevent all commanders that would be dealt this turn. That doesn't matter, but prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures your opponent. So there's just a fog for 2. That's okay. Go for it. So let's see if my opponent has a way to turn this around. Do I want the Adept or the Heel Cutter? I think the Heel Cutter is a little more fun on the dash plan. So we'll go ahead and play out my Mistfire Adept. Oh, dang, look at that mana. Just the natural 5. That is pretty much something exciting. This can be literally any morph. Abzan Guide? Yeah, so opponent's going to gain a bunch of life. Can we race that? I think so. I'm probably just going to play the Savage Knuckleblade here and keep open its pump and bounce ability. Might just pump block. I mean, my opponent could have something at that point. Not too sure I feel about that, but here I'm still attacking in for like 7, 8, 9. So I still win the race in a sense. I won't be able to do Rite of Undoing though, which is kind of a bummer. I could go ahead and cast it after combat, but that seems horrible. Yeah, let's just get our Savage Knuckleblade down. And now it's protected somewhat. I'll just have to decide if I want to risk block pumping into like a bounce or removal spell, or just keep the bounce available, or just offer the trade. I feel like at this point, let's just put the Knuckleblade in front of the Abzan Guide, see if they trade. I'm just so far ahead with the rest of these cards that that's fine, even though it feels like this guy's much better than, of course, what my opponent's doing. Now, of course, my opponent is indicating not attacking into the Knuckle Blade, so I just get it to let it hang on. Okay. It could be right to play this Rite of Undoing right now in order to, like, say, bounce the Wind Scout to, like, give these guys, like, more flying or something, but I'm also just tempted to dash out the Heel Cutter for 3, keep Savage Knuckleblade available while my opponent just has, like, you know, is tapped out. And then, who can't block? If the Absent Guide can't block, who can attack? The Prowler, the Wind Scout, and the Savage Knuckleblade. Right? Adept can't, though I'll have enough mana up as an option. But yeah, we're definitely dashing the dude out. I want to keep green for sure available. My opponent can just eat the Heel Cutter, but we're going to do a pretty intense hit here. Attacking with everybody. Opponent can eat one of my big dudes, but we're just doing so much damage that I'm fine with that. So chumping here, eating here, taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do I pump and do... No, because it's not trample. Never mind. Alright. Do I play the Mystic? No, because my opponent's like Doom Blast or something. I'd rather just protect the Savage Knuckleblade. Rite of Undoing is lethal next turn. Because I can get somebody flying, so I think we're okay. Opponent could gain 4 life, go back up to 8, but then we just get way more damage through, so. I still can't believe my opponent. I mean, gotta admit that was pretty cool. Mountain, forest, swamp, plains, island, just like in a row. Ooh, what does my opponent have? Dead drop? No, Shambling Tenants. That's okay with me. Because I'm going to go to the air and close this game. My opponent does not attack. I would have attacked. It's like you have ground defense. You have plenty of ground defense, so you should be fine. Rage Form. That's nice. So, I think we'll go ahead. If I do Rage Form, 1, 2... Or see if I can. Do I have enough? I'm just not counting very well. To do Rite of Undoing and Rage Form, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, it's only 4, so I don't quite have it. But I still think I'm going to go for Rage Form because I want to get Misfire Adept into the air. I mean, Savage Knuckleblade is a thing, but whatever. I'm going for it. I need these triggers to be bigger, because I don't really know what it does. Who gets flying? You get flying. So that happens. Then we attack with the air guys, and that should be it. Right? My opponent only has blue up. Another flying Savage Knuckleblade. Could have made any of my 4 force flying. Probably should have done Somewhat Prowler, actually, because that's the one my opponent wants to kill. Ooh. I had a nice for there. I didn't even notice that I manifested. My opponent had a Riverwheel Aerialist. That could have been a big game later. I'm reading this in the chat to the right, by the way. So that's interesting. Riverwheel Aerialist. So my opponent is just solid 5 colors. Are we sideboarding yet? What's going on? Thinking hard over here. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I messed it up a little bit on the pause and non-pause action. What was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking how great I had that Ice Feather Aven Good double strike. That would have been a fun little air situation. Do I need barrage of boulders to get through my opponent? I don't think so. What matters right now is consistency and a little bit of early aggression, so I want my 2-drops just because my opponent is very likely... Just seeing what my opponent's mana base was, could have just been unlucky in that game, but is definitely playing all over the board cards, including not really great cards, like the War Name Aspirant and the Shambling Attendants in red and black that just don't really need to be there in 5-color. Plus, we saw pretty much no fixing. My opponent just because was naturally playing the cards, so I don't think I care about bringing any of these in. I just want to run it back the way it is. In here, I don't need to rely on top decking at all. We'll keep it. We have all the colors. This Rite I've been doing, I think, is the first card I want to get out of my deck. It's fine, but it's just not really what my deck wants to do. I know I'm not super aggressive, but I still don't know if I can deal with not having, you know, like doing the tempo thing, since I really need that around. 3-drop into 4-drop into these things. It's fine. My opponent, again, nice really setup of colors into a nice morph. Snowhorn Rider is really good. I still think I want to just rock out my Jeskai Wind Scout, though. I think I'm going to be the aggressor, even though I'm a turn behind. Rage Form will be nice next turn to hold back the morph. Although, of course, my opponent could draw the 5th land, or maybe my opponent is now busted a move down to just Sultai and streamline the deck. I don't know if that's right, but I might just put the Rage Form in front of the morphs, that attack. Could trigger our prowess on. What's Manifest? Another Ice Feather Haven? No, just an island, which is fine. Because even if like these guys get flipped into one of the other morphs, right now the only one that it doesn't die to because of the double strike is the Snowhorn Rider, which I have. The other ones will still die to it, so it's still going to be like a 1-for-1. Yeah, and more than likely not, since my opponent doesn't have 2 of the colors of mana online. Definitely want to play this guy so I can do Burn Away. I don't know if I want to attack in with the morph. Since my opponent does have mana up, it's unlikely. I mean, there could be like a bounce or something still, so I don't want to like necessarily mess with it. The question is, what am I playing then afterwards? I think just play War Streaker and Goblin Heel Cutter. That seems good. So I'll just attack with the Flyer right now. Does it matter? No. Now it's going to be pretty hard for my opponent to deal with this board state, although Dune Blast or something in a turn 2 could kind of get there. I'm still down for a block if my opponent were to attack. So attack with the Heel Cutter. 1 morph can't block. Attacking with everything. I have Burn Away in case some shenanigans go down. If my opponent doesn't do anything. That's 4, 5, 6, and that's still 9 damage. I may not want to just throw the Heel Cutter away. I might just Burn Away whichever one my opponent blocks with. I could always Rite of Undoing. Get an extra point of damage in. Use the Burn Away. I don't think there's any morph that doesn't die to it. The opponent's just showing the Abzan guide? Why is that? Maybe just in response to save time or something, just to show that that's there. My opponent can go back up to 9. That's still lethal. And this Heel Cutter Alive makes it really hard. Oh, is the Abomination good duel? What's my opponent? What did we see last turn? The 3/7 Death Touch? Oh no, it wasn't Dove. It was because of... I always forget that that's how Burn Away works. It also gets rid of those guys. Well, I attack with everything, of course. Yeah? Yeah, alright. There we are. On to the finals.